All right, you guys. So a lot of people are worried and talking about how it's so draining. It's just rough with being poor. And I think a lot of this is just due to poor decision making. And I'll dive into more of that in the video because a lot of people are making some really bad decisions when it comes to how they spend their money. But you guys, as always, make sure you leave a like down below on this video. Drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts. And yeah, let's dive right in.
And I feel like that's saying something about the economy. You telling me people so broke they can't even afford to lose a dollar?
It's $1 million. Just one, is all I'm asking for. You guys are asking like, I don't even know what to say. I just want $1 million, just one.
Can someone please tell me before I crash out why my energy bill is $220 and with a balance of $400 because they back bill, so they want $220, and I thought it was just a fluke. So I paid it last month, $200, and then this month they're saying it was $200 again. But then when I first got in the apartment for the first 2 months, it was $80. What the fuck? Why is it $200? And mind you, I keep the temperature between 66 when I go to bed, and then when I'm not in the house, it's like 69, 70. And yes, I do use the blow dryer a lot and like a fan, but I swear to God, I unplug all my appliances. And 12 hours out of the day when I work, I'm not there. So why the is my bill at Tipmont $220? And I'm gonna call them today, but then they're saying, oh, we're not available, but you owe us $400. How? It's only me.
Growing up, my mom.
Oh, whoa. What? This girl says she keeps her AC at 66 degrees. That is pure insanity right there. That is, oh my gosh. So guys, I keep my AC at 77 degrees in a house, right? 77. And that feels good. It's great. When we leave the house, especially if I'm gone for 12 hours, I turn it up to like maybe 80 or so, because if I'm gone for 12 hours, I'm turning it up. I'm not going to turn it all the way off because that really doesn't help, especially where I live. But if you turn it up just a little bit, it will save. But keeping it at 66 degrees, I don't care what climate, temperature, where you live, your AC is going to be running all freaking day. And then on top of, if you're in an apartment, I can guarantee you that there is so many cracks and leaks in that house that let out AC. That's why your bill is so high. You got to crank that AC up, shorty. Crank it up.
And the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And I was reminded of that today because I was going through my bank statements and I had a charge in December for $12, and it was marked as monthly maintenance fee, but I'd never had that before, and I haven't had it in the month since. So I chatted with like the little robot, whatever person on Bank of America, and I asked them like, what's up with this $12 fee? And the lady looks into it and she's like, oh yeah, like there's this monthly maintenance fee, but we waive it if you either have a deposit over this amount each month, your account balance is over this amount, or your preferred like member. And I'm thinking, and I'm realizing like that was the month when I was between serving full time and looking for my new job. So like I didn't have a paycheck or anything deposited. My account had gone below a certain level. But then I'm like, oh wait, like I'm a preferred rewards member, whatever it is. She's like, oh yeah, like we actually looked at your account when it got below this certain level and you're no longer preferred. So I'm like, okay, damn, like you're really kicking me when I'm down. Like I have the least amount of money I've ever had and I don't have a deposit, and then you charge me more on top of it. But ultimately, like whatever, it's $12 and I'm lucky that doesn't really matter to me right now. But then I was thinking of when I was younger and like my mom and I were really struggling, and one of our biggest sources of income was like my Dunkin' Donuts paycheck, which was maybe like $140 a week, and how we were constantly getting late fees and they were always $35. It was like overdraft protection. So basically what would happen is like I have $55 in my bank account. Keep in mind, we're not even using credit cards. It's straight debit. So we're not even like overspending on credit. Like we're just, this is all the money we have. We're using it for basic necessities. And it'd be like, all right, I have $55 in my bank account. The phone bill, whatever the fuck hits, $70. Okay, negative 15. Okay, immediate negative 35 for the overdraft protection fee. So now it's like I'm negative $50. My next paycheck comes in, it takes $50 out of that. So then like the next bill, we're short $20. And it's just like an ever evolving cycle of every month, normally like 2 times a month, we're paying $70 in overdraft fees. And it's funny because that overdraft fee was over 20% of my weekly income. But to someone who made $1,000 a week or $2,000 a week or $100,000 a week, they would, one, never notice that fee if they ever got it, but two, they would never get that fee because their account would never go below zero. They would never not have the deposit. They just would never run into that problem. And that's why it's so expensive being poor, and the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. This can be applied to so many other things. So for example, I just had to renew my car insurance and it was for 6 months. If I paid for the 6 months in advance, I think it was like $550, I want to say. But if I didn't, it would be a total of like $750 over the 6 months. So I'm able to save $200 if I can pay it all at once, but otherwise if I can't, I have to pay $200 more. And if you're poor, guess what option you're going with because you have no other option. And the kicker is that $200 savings would really mean a lot to you, but you don't have that option with car payments and student loans and even things like the quality of your shoes or your jackets. Like you're buying the cheaper pair of shoes, that's all you can afford. You have to buy a new pair the next year. Parking tickets even, like you park on the street because you can't afford a parking spot, you get ticketed. Someone who can afford a parking spot, if they got that parking ticket, it wouldn't matter that much, but to you it does. So you fight it in court, you have to take time off work. It compounds and it compounds, and it truly is crazy. It's the same thing we see nowadays with Trump and the Republicans, and how like the bottom 20, 40, 60% pays the most in taxes and the billionaires pay the least, even though the taxes that the poorest people pay hit them the hardest. It's such a big percentage of their income and actually matters because every $20 actually matters to poor people. And the rich people, they barely pay their share, and even if they paid what they were supposed to, they wouldn't even fucking notice. Drives me insane.
I really want my people to be released from the shackles of this generational wealth conversation when a lot of us are poor right now. I had a guy come in to praise my house yesterday, and he asked me why was I selling. So I told him the truth. You know, I got a lot of equity in this house. I just want to sell and go on with my life, get a fresh start. And he shook his head and said, what about generational wealth? What about it if I'm poor right now? I've had this conversation so many times, and I used to work in the mortgage department, right? And it was the same thing. My people almost going into foreclosure, trying to hold on to dear life to these houses that they had hundreds and thousands of dollars worth of equity in, just for generational wealth. But you can't afford it, and you have to be real with yourself. Like, let's have these conversations. I had no major issues with my home, thank God, but a lot of people who own homes are just one major repair away from losing everything. They don't have thousands of dollars on standby to fix the roof or whatever. We have to stop thinking that the cost of generational wealth is present poverty, struggling to maintain just to say, oh, I got an asset that I could pass down, and we struggling to keep it. I'm not doing it. And I'm not afraid to admit, I can't afford no major repair right now, for real. I'm gonna sell it. All I'm saying is don't let people talk you into doing things that you really can't afford because they're not gonna pay your bills. Have a good day.
I don't even know.
You know, I kind of agree with her when she references to generational wealth. And, you know, if you're financially struggling right now, it's not going to be easy keeping a house. But there is so many different options you can do other than just flat out selling your home, especially if it's your only home. One of the main like light bulb options that came in my head is literally just rent the house out. Just rent it. I mean, you can rent it for more than what the mortgage is. I know that for sure. So, especially in this economy, you can rent it for probably close to $1,000 more than the mortgage. And so with that being said, and make sure you vet out your tenants very, very, very well so your house does not get destroyed by someone. But yeah, rent the house out. Rent it out to a 55 plus retirement couple. They'll take care of the home. They'll treat it like their own, and you'll have some passive income. And not only that, but the house will still be yours. It will still be under your umbrella and your monopoly. That's very important, guys. Like, you can go sell your house, take $150,000, and then boom, go blow it. Or you can be patient, just like the stock market, and rent it out and slowly build your wealth. Just my thought. Don't shoot the messenger, guys.
Start this video. When you're financially struggling and you finally feel like you're gonna see the light at the end of the tunnel, boom, something happens. You're like, what the fuck? Why us? You're probably telling yourself, why is she posting this? Because this is real life. This is real life struggles. But man, financially struggling is so fucking hard. Being a wife and just seeing your husband not be okay, him reassuring you everything will be okay, I'm fine. You know when your husband is stressed, you know when your husband is worried, you know when your husband is not okay. If you see my video yesterday, then you know that yesterday we went to the forest to go cut our Christmas tree. I haven't been in the Christmas spirit, so doing that day trip, it literally brought me so much joy being able to do that for my kids. But on our way back, we noticed that something was wrong with our truck. We are worried that it is transmission. And if you know about cars, then you know that transmissions are just so expensive. And we only have 2 cars. Worst case scenario, something comes down and the truck is like not drivable. We're down to 1 car. We are not financially okay to buy another car, but feeling so helpless with your hands tied and not being able to help. Seeing that my husband is not okay makes me not be okay. Our husbands carry so much, still try their best to be okay, but when in reality, they're not okay. How do you help?
Let me de-influence you for a second. Stop getting them apartments that's top notch. It's unnecessary. At this point, baby, these apartments are charging more than mortgage. 2, that white refrigerator does the same thing the stainless steel does. All you need is to keep your food cold. Why you need it to be pretty? 3, all them amenities, the pool, the gym, the Amazon box, they about to charge you out the ass for. Baby, that eviction process is going to be quicker than a mother. Get you an apartment that's going to work with you, that's safe and affordable. All that other stuff is unnecessary.
Having a job.
You know, I agree, because what's funny is a lot of these people get these apartments, and before they even get the apartment, they're mentally thinking, oh, I can take a video right in front of this refrigerator for my TikTok. Oh, I could sit on my counter and take a photo for Instagram. So many people are so heavily influenced by being or wanting to be an influencer that they make life decisions around that, which is really fucking insane to me. You really want to pick a mortgage, or I'm sorry, you really want to pick an apartment that has all the bells and whistles. It's pretty on the inside, it's pretty on the outside, and all it's because you want to post TikToks. And TikTok's not even paying you. You have 17 followers, 30 likes, and you want to pursue TikTok, so you made the decision to buy an apartment that has a pretty backsplash behind your stove, and it has a stainless steel, and you're paying way too much than you can afford, and yeah, there's little pathways and lighting, and there's a gym and Amazon box. Social media don't hype it up that hard, man. It's not that hard.
Job and still being broke gotta be like the top 2 worst feelings in world, because it's like I'm working, but where the fuck is my money? Like,
if you feel like everything's getting worse, you're not crazy. It's not even by accident, it's by design. Wages aren't low because of the economy. Rent isn't high because of supply and
It's
demand.
funny, I used
Your
to
debt
have that
isn't
home
crushing
sign.
because of your bad
Mine was
choices.
a little different,
These
though.
aren't just mistakes. This is how the system was built to function, like fundamentally. The people in charge aren't failing to fix things. I need y'all to get that. No one's failing.
Definitely got it from Amazon.
Like no one's just having a hard time getting the government under control. They're making sure nothing changes. Your struggle is their profit. Your exhaustion is their control. Your silence is their power. And as long as they keep you blaming yourself, you'll never realize the truth. You weren't supposed to win. But here's the thing. Systems can be rewritten. Power can be taken back. The moment we stop playing their game, they lose. I just need to keep y'all focused. The government is not weak. It's complicit. They aren't untouchable. They need your labor. They need your compliance. They need your obedience. Like literally, a debt strike would be one of the most effective things black people could ever try. A debt strike. Just none of us paying it. Right? Like, and it sounds like, oh, but how would that work? We would bankrupt them. They die. They be bankrupt. They would have to use economic violence to get that money. That's how serious it would get suddenly. I just want y'all to see it now, okay? The stakes are clear. You feel it too. The system is collapsing. The question is just that, are we going to build something new, or let them decide what comes next? So we need to design parallel systems, parallel types of government. It needs to get more serious than democracy for some of y'all. And it needs to get more serious than other forms of government that we typically heard about. We need new ideas in this community. Otherwise, by the time that we get there, we'll all be talking about voting in an election that hasn't served us yet, in a system that hasn't respected a popular vote. Things like that, that's the type of stuff that we need to change. That's the type of stuff we need to focus on.
Maturing is not wanting nobody in your house. Like, last week, I had the cleaning lady leave my house on Thursday. It's Saturday. It's been 10 days. You see this? Kitchen clean. It's a couple things on the table, but dining room clean. You see this? Living room clean. And after I finish eating and I shower and everything, I'm going to do some disinfecting. I'm going to clean the bathroom. I'm going to clean the stove and all that other stuff. Because when my cleaning lady come here, she don't work that hard. So when people be like, yo, you should have something at your house. This house? Or they be like, oh, I'm just going to come over and sit on the couch. You see how I'm eating my pineapples? I'm eating them on a Chinese food bag because I don't want nothing spilling on my granite. So personally, I'm just at the age where I don't want nobody in my house. Now, when it's weather break, y'all can go outside. But all of that coming in, sitting on my house, leaving water stains on my bathroom, I hate that. Like, wash your hands, dry the sink, getting crumbs on my couch, throwing my pillows off. My rugs is vacuumed. I don't want nobody in my house.
Now let's talk about it. They said the number one wealth killer and the number one reason why people have no money in their savings and no money to invest is because of car notes.
Kind of agree with that. Car notes are quite expensive and they've went up quite a bit. So I really can't wait till I pay off my Jeep. I honestly can't wait. Now, the guy previously, I don't know what he was talking about. I mean, he wasn't talking about money. He was talking about not having people over. That was kind of a random clip that just got tossed in there, the wrong video. But you guys, if you enjoyed this, make sure you leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff YouTube loves people to do. And yeah, I want to know your thoughts. I want to pick your brain. Let me know your thoughts down below. If you do want to watch the whole video, it will be linked in the description, so don't miss out on that. You can watch it right down there. But yeah, YouTube's picked a video just for you to watch next. Sit back and enjoy it. Till next time, folks. I'll see you in the next one.